Hey everyone, welcome to Unboxed. So, leaders, how much do you know about yourself? And this is so important for us to have a clear understanding about who we are so that we can really be clear about our leadership. I'm going to talk about how you can unbox that in your own life. Stick around. I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach. And welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. All right, everyone. We're having again some technical issues. And for some reason, there's been a lot of technical issues here in the Denver area most recently. Okay, so we talked about situational leadership, and I'm going to talk in our big picture that we are addressing. The big picture we're addressing is how do we develop guiding principles for our leadership so that we can be authentic leaders? How do we become authentic leaders? And so some people have defined situational leadership. That's become something that's really popular, and a lot of people don't understand what it really means to be situational, what situational leadership means. But some people have defined situational leadership as changing ourselves for the productivity of the team, basically becoming whatever our team needs and the type of leader that our team needs based on the situation or the circumstance or the task that we are facing. I propose that before you can figure out what you need to be for your team, that you first need to figure out who you are for yourself. So before you can start talking about situational leadership and being what you, first you need to figure out who you are. And I want to share with you, and I've been sharing with you the last couple of days, how to actually go through the process of figuring out who you are. So the first thing I did was I gave you two exercises to help you to become who you are for yourself. And one, I asked you to create a mission statement for your leadership. And then I asked you to create a vision statement for your leadership. Let's look at that mission statement from McDonald's. And that was the example that we used. I want to read it again real quick. Here's the mission statement McDonald's has. McDonald's mission is to be our customers' favorite place and way to eat. And then I said you need to also create a vision statement. Let's look at McDonald's vision statement. And their vision statement is to be the best quick service restaurant experience. Being the best means providing outstanding quality, service, cleanliness, and value so that we make every customer and every restaurant smile. That's it, my friends. So I encouraged you that you need to go back and watch the last broadcast. I gave you some steps on how to develop your vision statement, how to develop your mission statement, so that as a leader, you know who you are in every situation rather than the situations dictating what type of leader you need to be. I want to say that again. You need to know who you are in every situation, who you are as a leader in every situation, rather than let every situation dictate what type of leader you need to be. Because people want to follow consistent, strong, principled, centered leadership. I believe that when you are not clear or honest about who you are, you will struggle to be inclusive. You will struggle to be authentic. When you're not really sure about who you are, you struggle to be inclusive, struggle to be authentic. So I'm going to give you an exercise to help you define who you are, to really become clear about who you are. And it may not be a pretty picture. For most people, if you're like myself and everyone else that I've ever met, there are some really positive things about the picture of who you are. And then there's some things that really highlight areas that you need to grow in. So I want you to become authentic. I want you to become a genuine, authentic leader that is the same person, the same character, the same type of leader in every especially emotionally mature leader in every circumstance and in every situation. And so I'm going to talk about how we do that. So let's do an exercise that'll help you to define who you are. And the exercise is very simple. Write as much about yourself as you can. Okay, write as much about yourself as you can. And I'm going to break that down. I'm going to use myself as an example, and then I'm going to let you go for the evening. Okay, So here it is. I'm going to tell you about as much about myself as I can and what has shaped me as a leader. These are the type of questions. So I am an African-American male born in the mid-70s who became self-aware in the 80s and came of age in the 90s. And that tells you so much about the music, the pop culture, all the various influences that was upon me. I saw something on social media that said, tell me what generation you're from, without telling me, when you were born. And I thought about putting in, I didn't, but I thought about writing, I saw Michael Jackson's Thriller when it first came out. That's right. I remember going over to my friend Delvon's house and watching Michael Jackson's Thriller video. So I'm talking about writing as much about yourself as you can. I'm an African-American male. I am a Protestant Christian that is of the Seventh-day Adventist subset of Christianity. That's right. Now the picture starting to become a little more clear. I am a heterosexual male with one wife and 4 children, 3 of the children biological, and 1 of my children is by marriage. I am the grandfather of 4 grandkids, soon to be 6 grandkids. My views on God, and there's a lot more for you to answer, but let me give you this. My views on God have been most influenced by my mother and my grandfather. My views on God have been most influenced by my mother and my grandfather. My views on politics have been most influenced by Black clergy and by Black Democrats. I'm gonna say that again. My views on politics have been most influenced by Black clergy and Black Democrats. And realistically, that's almost synonymous. So even though I am not a Democrat, even though I don't affiliate and associate with any party, matter of fact, I can't stand either party, Democrats or Republicans. I think they're both corrupt and are, messing over the American people. I have to be honest that my political views, where I'm from, Washington, D.C., being an African-American, being, a Protestant Christian, all those things, I'm most influenced by the Black clergy as well as by the Black Democratic Party. My views on social justice have been most influenced by Malcolm X. That's the person who brought me into social justice consciousness. My views on leadership have been most influenced by my understanding of Jesus and Murray Bowen's family systems theory. That's right. My views on leadership have been most influenced by my understanding of Jesus and Murray Bowen's family systems theory. And the reason that this is so important is because as I'm interacting with women, as I'm interacting with other minorities, or I'm interacting with, Euro Americans, having a clear understanding of the way that the program, the emotional computer that I operate from was written. The fact that I'm an African American means that when I was born in America, there were certain things that were written onto my emotional computer. The fact that I am a Protestant Christian and was born one, there are things that were written. The fact that I'm a heterosexual male, there are things that were written. You see, so the more I understand this, the more I can understand why I do what I do the way that I do it. And the more I can begin to become clear about the type of leader I want to be. And I can become more consistent of a leader in every circumstance and situation. Without clarity about your leadership, your vision, your mission, your situational leadership will be inconsistent and confusing, both to yourself as well as to your team. Without a clear understanding about who you are, your leadership will be inconsistent. It will be confusing, both to yourself as well as to your team. And there's nothing more powerful than an authentic leader. Let's unbox that. Let's unbox the power and the potential of your leadership. Let's unbox the power and the potential of every relationship. Take care.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.